All right, guys, I'm excited. I got Deb Doherty here with DDS4Vets, and she's got an incredible organization. But before we even get into all the great things that she does, I want to tell you, we're throwing a party, man. We're throwing a party on November 14th. It's a Saturday. It's going to start at, is it 6 o'clock?
Yeah, starts at 6. Yep.
Starting at 6 o'clock, so old folks like me can still make it. It's early enough, but yes, it will go later into the night, so all you wild partiers can stay a little bit later. Enjoy your Saturday night. We've got tickets right above. You can go up to the Eventbrite link. You can get your tickets for that night, and we're going to have a ton of great things going on that night. We've got dancing. We've got food. We've got drinks. We've got somebody in the MC chair, so hopefully you guys will be mildly entertained. Deb, what else we got going on there?
Oh my gosh, we're going to have contests. We're going to have prizes. It's going to be a great time. It starts at 6. We have appetizers. We're having a dinner. We're having a huge ice cream sundae float. And just there's a lot more surprises. So you don't want to miss this event.
Great fun, great people, and it goes to a great cause. So let's get into that great cause. You've got DDS4Vets. You're the founder. You came up with this thing. Tell us a little bit about what it is and what inspired you to build this.
I've always had an interest with the veterans. I have family that are in the military, and I actually hooked up with Gail Gleeman, and her son Matt was in the Navy, and he was injured, and he's in a wheelchair, and he has his service dog, Charlie Brown. And I think the veterans, you know, it's our turn to return what they've given us, and that's why we decided to go ahead and go forward, and we checked everything out to see what it is that they needed. So we're really a resource center and for the veterans. So anything that they need, we want to be able to go ahead and resource it out and help them.
So I can tell you as a guy who, you know, I'm a vet. I was in the Army for 10 years. And I think one of the biggest challenges I saw as a leader is there are a ton of great people like you out in the community that want to give to the vets. But I don't think a lot of these vets know what they can get from something like that. So tell us a little bit about the dogs and tell us maybe one or two other resources that you guys provide for vets.
Yeah, our main source for fundraising is that we want to give a fully working service dog to a veteran in need, and particularly a veteran that is wheelchair bound. The dogs we have to raise between $50,000 and $60,000. There's a lot in training the dog, but also to monies to maybe help with their maybe college classes or books or maybe a scholarship for their child going into schools. So real quickly, what we have is we have education alternatives, financial, employment opportunities, job opportunities, and entrepreneurial opportunities, transition support, and health. So we have a group of doctors that have alternative to the drugs that they give them, especially for PTSD, something that's on a natural basis. With the education, we have a blueprint plan. And so we have alternative education opportunities for veterans and their families. Not everybody is college bound, and that's okay. There's a lot of great trades out there. On the financial end, we really want to help them to learn how to budget the money. A lot of them don't even know how to balance a checkbook, and that's okay. We're here to help you. Employment opportunities, we have a workforce solution and talent placements. So we help them with a career choice. Transition, access to career coaching, mentoring, peer-to-peer networking, which you know very well about, the networking. And I'll tell you what, when we had our meetings once a month, all the veterans would get together, it was the best time because they were actually communicating, but we also had informational sessions as well.
Man,
if I can, COVID hit, so COVID, we had to slow down a little bit, but that's okay. We're here and the train's going.
Yeah. And I tell you what, since I've known you, if there's one thing I could compliment you on, you are absolutely the person to get people in a room, helpful people, resourceful people, people with some names behind them, and they can get the job done for these guys. So I've been very impressed by the people that you're able to get behind you, supporting you. And we were talking the other day about some lunch and learns that you provide too. How often are those? Where are those? And if I'm a vet and I go to these, what kind of things am I learning about?
Oh gosh, so we're going to go ahead and start back up again to have the meetings once a month. So we'll have different guests come in. It could be Peter Sicoli, learn about insurance. Joe, you with the real estate. Sure. Veterans like to deal with veterans, and that's what we're doing. We're putting them together. One thing that I do want to mention is We have some great activities. We have a billiard competition, an annual billiard competition. We have the Navy versus the Marines. We have the Army versus the Air Force. We have a softball tournament, and it was great. We had the police department against the St. Lucie County Fire Department, and I'll say the fire department won. And we also, too, we're going to have that again in 2021. Our huge event, our gala, is going to be October 2021. That's a formal event, and that's when we raise the funds, and then we give the service dog to the veteran in need. And we've got some great names. Brian Mass, Congressman Brian Mass, has been great support. He's been to most of our meetings, and he just has some great information, and it really mingles in great with the guys. For the gala, we have General Boldak. If you've seen the movie 12 Strong, he's one of the horsemen. He actually led the 12 horsemen into fighting ISIS, and he's coming. We've just got some great names, and the biggest thing that we want to do is we want to get people in that have walked in those boots, and they already know what you all want, and that's what we look for guidance. What is it that we can go to offer to help you? But we also hook up with other agencies too. I mean, Operation 300, Karen Vaughn, absolutely phenomenal with her daughter Tara and what they're doing for the families. Yeah. So we all hook together. No one's in competition. We're all here to work together, and we want to make sure that veteran, he is cared about. He does matter. And also, too, first responders. It's extremely important right now. The first responders need to know they do have the support. And that is our main mission as well.
One of the big things that I've done this personally, and I'm a sharp guy. It was tough. Going through that VA GI Bill system, it's a lot. It's a lot. And if you don't ask the right questions, if you don't know what it is to even ask, if you don't follow up with it because things change a lot, it can be overwhelming. So I love to see vets taking advantage of these programs that they've been given for what it is they compromised. If they needed help with that, if they need help with some of the phone calls, is that something that you guys would help them with?
Absolutely, most definitely. And we have a great team. Even on our board, we have veterans, and I'm talking 24, 25-year veterans in the Army, in the Air Force. And I'll go ahead and put the veteran in touch with them because they know exactly who to call. Yeah. And actually, they can even get to the person on the other end much quicker. And they just have great information. So, and another thing I want to mention too, we have no salaries. We have no employees. Everybody who's involved with DDS4Vets, it's their valuable time that they're given back, and they're helping strictly on a volunteer basis. And again, what we're giving back to our veterans doesn't even scrape the surface of what the veterans given to us.
Man, that's pretty amazing. That's amazing. That's a lot of value, and I'll tell you, vets need it. I also want to commend you on doing such a great job. I've been to a couple of your events. You do a wonderful job of getting not only the politicians that are currently in, but a lot of the politicians that are running, and they sit in front of the vets in a small room with only a handful of people, and they get the opportunity to ask some great questions and understand exactly what it is that they're going to do for them. What can they do for them? What are they doing for them? What do they plan to do for them? And I'm so impressed by your ability to get these people in there, because that's honestly what people like me want to know. They want to know what's going to happen. What's the next plan? What's the next thing coming out? How am I going to get help if I need help? So I can't commend you enough for the things you're doing. I've seen these guys. I've seen a lot of their needs. And, I'm in the current era of military folk, but some of those people that you had at that dinner that we did, what was it, a couple months ago? Those guys what were they? World War II vets? You had a Vietnam vet?
Oh my gosh, we had one gentleman there, and he was a POW in the Battle of the Bulge, and the other one, Pearl Harbor. Dr. Singh is amazing. And again, that's another gentleman that we hook up with. And what's nice about it is we have the young veterans that are still in their 20s, early 30s, right on up to in their 90s. And I'll tell you what, the guys that are in their 90s, if you want to learn, you sit down and have a conversation with them, and you don't want to leave. They just you're so intrigued. And I think so many people, they don't know how blessed we are for what these veterans went through. These guys really went through a lot, and that's really important. And that's why even for us, we even look for vendors here locally that will give our veterans a discount. We're in business to make money. Yes, I get that. But to be within our DDS4Vets, we ask that you really give the veterans a good discount. It's definitely something that they deserve. And even if you're hiring, you know, we have a lot of good programs out there, and we're willing to help the veterans get to where they want to be or where they need to be as well.
Well, Deb, as a vet and as someone who's seen what you're doing behind the scenes, it's absolutely incredible. You are a treasure in our community. And I know you don't feel that way. I know you're very humble. And you're just out to serve. But what an incredible resource for all of us to have you in our communities. Whether we've been in the military or we've got family in the military, we all know somebody who has been in the military. So I just, on behalf of the entire community, want to say thank you for everything you've done and everything you continue to do.
And thank you. And thank you for being the MC at our event.
Yeah, hey, you ever ask me for help? Yes, absolutely.
Guys, you have to be there. The incredible Joe Rosen's going to be there, and we have Brian Lemon. He'll be the rocking DJ.
Yeah, that guy's all
entertainment. You don't want to miss. So please come out and support. I promise you, you'll have a great time.
Yeah. So again, guys, get up top. You'll see in the comments there's the Eventbrite link up there. You can go up there, get your tickets, get them now before they sell out. We're going to have a great time on November 14th. It's going to go at 6 o'clock, and we've got tons of great stuff going on. Deb, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Joe.
All right. You have a great night.
Thanks. Take care.